You ready?
I feel like my chair is shorter today. I feel
just
shorter.
sitting up tall.
You're sitting up tall, and you're not Steve. So I feel short.
Is that your Steve face?
No, that's not my Steve face. That's my slouch.
Mouth noises?
The mouth noises.
Nice.
Oh, my mouth's so dry. Sorry,
Some
ladies.
coffee?
It's just going to dry it out even more. I mean, it'll feel good for the moment, and then...
Where has Meg's mouth not been?
No herpes.
Just anytime I get a cup, I'm just like,
You just rub it all over the corners of your mouth, like where the herpes would be, right?
That's
How
our.
do you know about where herps live, Trisha?
That's where they live.
The herps
Everybody
live.
knows that.
The herps. It's just like the Smurfs.
You gotta be careful
Like
when
green.
you check out a boy. You gotta be careful on that face. There's no.
Thanks, Mom. Hello and welcome back to SourceFedNerd with your daily dose of table talk, where we talk about your questions, your topics, things and stuff on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, of course, words and stuff. My name's Philip DeFranco.
I'm Meg Turney.
And I'm Trish Hirschberger.
Today's a special table talk,
It is.
yes?
It's gaming for Geek
It's
Week.
gaming table talk.
Gaming. Okay.
When are they gonna make a console controller that you play like this? It's like
I
really
hope
tiny.
never.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like the iPod Nano, but like.
Oh, they
a
did
console
on
controller.
Attack. They did the tiniest controller and the largest controller at the same
table.
time.
Oh, that
Yeah.
table is the largest controller. Is it the NES table?
It's like it was specifically made as like the world record, so it's bigger
Oh,
than
wow.
It was a really cool little bit. All right, at
crazy.
FastCash47260. It's not very fast. Got all those numbers.
Bum.
Says if you could have any animal from a video game as a pet, which one would it be? And he has a cute little dog in his picture.
Isn't the answer always Pikachu? Actually, you know what? It's not Pikachu. Fuck Pikachu. Charmander. Come on. Char. Come on.
Listen to him.
I mean, you could have a Squirtle. I'd have a friend that had a Squirtle, and we, you know.
Charmander would set his tail is always on fire.
Right.
He would be setting shit on fire.
Yeah.
You can't leave a candle unattended. You can't leave Char unattended.
That's true.
He's just gonna sit down in your house and start setting shit on. You're gonna be running around with a baby Charmander going like, "Stop it, damn it!"
What about you guys?
And you can't put his fire out because that kills him.
I wouldn't want to put his fire out. He would just. I would never be inside. We would just
Oh, you
live.
would live outside.
We would live
and start
outside.
With
forest
no
fires.
grass.
He'd have a. Yeah.
You'd have a sand yard.
He would have sandals.
Wait, what is?
Charmander has flame retardant sandals.
flame retardant sandals.
But his
okay.
tail, where is
What
his
if,
tail?
yeah,
rest?
anything else?
Well, it goes up because
You better mow your grass every
Because
day.
he's not lazy.
Every day, Phil. Or a day.
Yeah, I would totally pick a Pokemon. Pikachu would be amazing because I feel like he's the most anthropomorphized. I can't say that word.
Wow. Good morning, Meg.
Hey.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Some booze in
Doop-a-doo.
here.
I would maybe Pikachu. Oh, but Jigglypuff would be sweet because if somebody was like boring me or if I was mad at them, she could sing and put them to sleep and I could slip away.
All right. So if we're going fictional animals,
Yes.
because
In a
that's where
video
we are
game.
with Pokemon, then I want to go Kirby. I'm going to go Kirby
Kirby's
all
not
the
an
way. Why not?
Kirby's
said
like
so.
a.
Then you can say
Because I
Pikachu's
said
not
so.
an animal.
Well, but
Pikachu's totally an
Kirby's
animal.
How?
gonna eat things. Again, you guys pick the most destructive things. He's gonna eat things in your house.
He could do wonderful things. He could fly, and I could hold on,
He
and
could suck you into his mouth and then poop you out as a star.
no.
And
he
then-
doesn't.
And then
He
his
doesn't
special,
do that to me. He only does that to people I don't like.
His special ability is giving people advice and telling them not to do stuff.
No, he has a plethora of abilities, and if I can't choose Kirby, I'm going to go wildly unpopular on purpose and choose Tails.
Oh.
Why
Tails would
not?
be cool.
Tails is a dude though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tails is a
My entire childhood thought he was a girl.
You know what's funny? I totally did too, but I think I maybe knew Tails was a boy, but I like to pretend Tails was a girl because you needed the male
like
female.
the boy-girl balance.
It's the same way Winnie the Pooh. I always said Piglet was a girl. Piglet's a boy.
Piglet is a boy. But
I know,
did,
weird, right?
But I did treat him like a girl in my head now that you've said that.
I know.
I like Winnie the Pooh, maybe. That'd be good.
I'm sure there's a Winnie the Pooh video game.
No one's gonna pick Eeyore though. Eeyore's every sad friend you have. Eeyore's just like you want him to feel better, but like you're not gonna call him at 8 o'clock because you want to do stuff.
I had a roommate that was obsessed with Eeyore, and there were it was because she was sad a lot, and it was like, oh honey.
If you have a dachshund, any dachshund owners will understand. Those are like little Eeyore dogs because they always. You could give them the best thing they've ever wanted, the best bed and bone, and they'll still just go. And just like the most pathetic glances all the time.
You do have the sleepiest looking dog I've ever seen.
She always
She's
looks
sleepy all the
so-
time.
No, she likes to run and play, like, she looks sad all the time. I'm like, I just gave you 20 minutes of petting and a new bone.
That anytime you do a picture where her belly's out, it's just funny.
Because she's so long, when she sits up, it like crunches down and makes her look really fat. It's really unflattering.
I feel like Penny's kind of a diva dog too. Like she'll run and play and then she's like, I'm tired now.
Nah.
All dachshunds need to be touched all the time. She's that dog who's like, you pet her for like 20 minutes.
That's my Penny impression.
I was like, all right.
Okay, I'm down
That's
with it.
happening.
I don't have dogs, so my dog impressions might not be great.
Penny's like, even if you pet her for
Well-
20 minutes, she, as soon as you take your hand away, she says
What's that about?
just get in there.
What's that about?
What's that about?
Okay, back to Vigimo games. Seth Giuffre,
I believe in
it's
you.
probably French. At SourceFedNerd, what actor do you think would be perfect to play a specific video game character, i.e. Bradley Cooper, Nathan Drake? Tabletop.
Ooh.
Bradley Cooper is not.
What you think?
It's hard for me to think that, like, because I wouldn't have thought that Stephen Merchant would have been as fantastic in, like, Portal 2, but he was. Like, his name didn't come to mind until after, and I was like, oh my god, like, one of the best voice actors out there.
Right.
Um,
But like in a movie.
Yes,
Who would you
yes.
like? What about like Zoe Saldana as Shell from Portal?
oh, we're talking about conversions.
Like in
Moving
movies,
over.
like real life, who you would have them play. I think she could be. I mean, not that she really. You see it all from her perspective, so it's not like she's very sassy, but.
How do you feel about Danny DeVito as Mario?
No.
Yes, I'm way into it.
Do we want another Mario Bros. Movie? We
I know,
want
no.
we want to swing,
Well,
swing at that one.
if we tried again, maybe we'd get it right.
How about you get Nolan in on Mario Brothers? Right, you give him just so much money that he can't say no. Like the amount of money they probably gave him to finish the Batman trilogy.
Okay.
And then be like, make this not a joke when people talk about the movie.
Who plays Birdo?
Well, Birdo has to be like CG, I think. Nobody can open their mouth like that. Not even lots of porn
it's total
stars.
CGI.
Do you guys want to try?
Total
Nope.
CGI.
I know that you guys love doing stuff to get gifts. Oh my god.
CGI Birdo. I'm into it. Like a real face. It's like, who'd be a funny? Oh no, I was gonna say Alex Skarsgård, but I don't want to offend poor Alex Skarsgård like that. But it would be funny.
Someone did a few years ago, I think it was like 3 years ago, someone did a dark, I think it was Mario Paint. It was like a Mario game they did like a dark trailer for that was fantastic. But actually, DJ and I were talking about which video game we'd like to see made into a movie, and Resident Evil 4, perfect video game to
totally.
make a movie, and not any Mila Jovovich bullshit.
We're not done with the Resident Evil movies. We're talking about being done with the Mario movies.
Okay, if we're gonna be bashing the Resident Evil movies, those movies know what they are,
Okay.
and they are a fantastic thing to go to.
Totally.
Whether you want to make
Mila
fun of it,
Jovovich is hot.
She is.
still looks like exactly the same. Makes
Yep.
no sense.
She's had a baby, ladies and
Right?
gentlemen, and she does look super hot. I'm
She's
just saying,
super hot.
I just want to see like an actual, and like a really hot Wesker, because the Resident Evil 4, I don't know the name of the actor they picked for Wesker in those movies, not hot, and I would like to see a hot Wesker, because I think he's a hot man.
I'll go with Jennifer Lawrence for Shell in a Portal movie.
Ooh.
I'd go for Jennifer Lawrence as like,
Anybody in any movie.
yes.
No.
Done.
I wouldn't cast her as Peach in my Mario.
I would.
I would, yeah, I would. What is it, Jennifer Lawrence? Oh, you're here for the part of Mario? Yes.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
We're
amazing.
gonna sell so many tickets.
Amazing.
Oh, if somebody else not picked
No,
up,
go
are
ahead.
you
When are they gonna make Epic Mickey into a movie? The ideas behind Epic Mickey were great. The game execution just
The
sucked.
painty
So
one?
maybe they could make it into a good
I haven't
movie.
played either of them. We got Steve Young who says, name a game that was/is loved by critics and gamers alike, but that does absolutely nothing for you. Ooh, see, now I'm trying to think of what critics say. Probably any RTS that gets rated really well because I'm terrible at them.
Oh. Wah, wah.
What was it? It was like something of nations. I was like, this is awesome until I play other people and then realize how bad I am.
Well, then in that vein, I'm gonna say anything FPS because I'm horrible at that.
I'm gonna bite the bullet and say a specific game, and that, oh man, it's gonna suck. You guys know, hate me, Gears of War does nothing for me.
Really?
You know what?
It does. I played it, and I was entertained while I was playing it, but it's not like, yeah!
Judgment Day fucked up the franchise. It was like a complete, wait, am I getting the name right? Whatever the last one was, it was just terrible. Just really, like, it felt like you were playing DLC. But that being said, I enjoyed playing those games, but also I didn't remember the story every time I would start a new one. I was like,
And they were really
invested.
into the story. Like they were, I don't know, I felt like they tried really hard to make a lot of moments really emotional when it wasn't that kind of game. Like I remember playing it and it's like, oh no, I'm gonna die! And it's
But
like,
you
okay,
didn't care.
but I don't, whatever.
I don't care. I don't
But
care
I know
about
some
you
people are
dying.
super into it, and so I know that that's gonna be a point of contention.
Something else that I only gave like an hour, and it might have been I was just like, it was one of those things where maybe I was like not having it that day. I didn't like the Devil May Cry reboot. See, the bad thing with saying things that you dislike, you're
opening it up.
The further you go, people would be like, well, you don't fucking blah, blah, blah. I actually, one of the latest, Deus Ex games.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. I'm going to get fucked in two ways on that one.
I mean, well, you're gonna get fucked in deuce ways.
Deus.
But
No, I do remember Deus Ex being a night of like playing and being cool, and then sat on the shelf.
Yeah, I played for like an hour and a half, and then I didn't even get that far into it. So it's one of those games that's been in my head that like I was like, everyone loves it, and I just didn't dig the first hour. Maybe I should do it. Question: should I or no? Not at all.
I didn't even buy that one.
What about you?
Another one that people were no that me and Steve both didn't like was Resident Evil 6, which really broke my heart because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I even liked Resident Evil 5.
Torn apart.
Oh, some people did, and then some people were like, awesome.
But do you think those were just the diehard fans of the series?
No, I mean there were critics who were like, no, it's great. And the thing that broke my heart was Resident Evil 5 got shit on across the board, and if you played it by yourself, it was shitty, but if you played with a friend, it was a great friggin' game. So I had a lot of.
Was 4 the GameCube one?
Yes, 4 was GameCube, PS2, and Wii.
So 4 and 5 were sick, yeah.
4 was the best overall. They can never reach.
I always
5
felt
was
like
great.
I always felt like those games were better when played alone, just for scare factor.
Oh no! Well,
turn
5
out the lights and play a Resident Evil game, and you're gonna poop your pants.
Well, 4, you play by yourself. Like you can't play co-op,
Right.
so it's obviously better by yourself. And actually, I played it on pain medicine after my first knee surgery, so it was really scary.
Oh jeez, Meg.
Yeah. But then 5 was co-op, and you had to be co-op. So it was either computer AI or someone with you. And the AI is so stupid in Resident Evil 5. It's just like, hey, zombie! So you can't play it by yourself.
4.
That's how she says it too.
I didn't even realize how long ago 4 was because I was with a different girl. So that automatically
means it's like a decade ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. But then we were downstairs, and I was like, oh, time to see if she can play video games, and she played for like 2 minutes, and then a zombie jumped out and she threw the controller. And it was the first time I had ever seen that, and I was like, okay.
That's not a good let me see if you like video games, lady friend Dave. You don't hand them Resident Evil.
It's supposed to be the equivalent of like when you go to a scary movie, you stay there.
You
for
ready?
maybe support.
Yeah.
Except for instead of hiding in your arms, she throws a controller at you or your television and breaks it.
That was the problem with Resident Evil 4 on Wii, because it's all motion control.
Oh, God.
So when you jolt because there's a zombie, Leon turns around and you're like, Leon, you idiot, turn back around.
Well, that's my. I don't throw or jolt, but I'll button mash when I get scared. So I'm always done. I'm done.
I'm on a tangent off of that. When I play Kevin Bruick in football or any game whatsoever, he screams, "Why'd you do that, you fucking idiot?" to the people in the game he's controlling.
Right.
So
I get that.
Why do people? No,
I get that. I do that. I'm one of those.
I don't get that.
Because sometimes you press something on the controller and they don't do what you pressed, and then that's why you're saying, "Why the fuck did you do that? Why'd you go left when I said go right, asshole?"
But most of the time, it's your own fault.
Yes.
Because you did something wrong.
No.
Unless
Because
the
you
game's
pressed the
shitty.
right button.
I do.
Sometimes the response isn't fast enough.
I talk to NPCs. So like in Last of
Don't
Us,
say that.
I was like, Ellie, get over. I'm right here with the board. Climb on the board. Like she can hear me.
Well,
I think
talking to
everyone
NPCs.
screamed, "Climb on the board."
Get on the board,
I'm
Ellie.
right there. Anyway, let's see. We got maybe one more.
So you don't scream at the characters?
No. Well, I scream at myself or someone else.
Yeah. Do you ever talk to the game when you're playing?
Probably a little bit. Probably.
But you live with someone. If you lived alone, do you think you would talk more to the game?
Yeah, but most of the time, I'm trying to think.
That's very true.
The only time I ever do it, I'm like a very nice-ish person. Like the only
When you game?
Yeah.
Just in general, I'm
Actually,
a very
no.
nice-ish person.
No. If I am playing a game where I die a lot, I just scream "fuck."
Oh yeah.
Fuck!
Wait, is that
Oh
your
my
thing?
God!
Everybody has the thing they do. Mine is I don't know why I've done it since I was a kid. I slap my thigh when I get mad. Like when I die, I'm like, fuck, and I slap my thigh, and then I'm
Pain.
like, oh, I hurt myself. Do you guys have anything?
When
you do
I was little, I absolutely had one because my mom used to get mad at me because even as like a little kid, I was a total rage gamer, and so I'd scream and I'd yell, and my mom would like, "You need to stop that. That's not appropriate." Like when she was in the other room. So I developed this weird thing with my NES controllers where I just bit them as hard as I could. Like I bit down on them, and my NES controllers, my original ones, have teeth marks all over them for me just clenching down to release my rage without screaming.
I feel like this is the moment where you're like, and then I kept hair dolls of all my friends. They were mean to me. I set them on fire.
No, I'm a nice person too.
What do we got over here?
What's that fucking question?
We know how Trisha just reacts. Like that's where she gets her anger out.
It absolutely is.
I'm gonna come back like after we come from Arizona.
There's bite marks on the table.
I'm like, what the fuck happened in here? All right.
What do you do when you get mad?
I hold inside and then release it on the wrong person at a precise moment in my life.
No, no.
Like all people?
Yeah.
Right? Right? I just hold it all in, and then, someone like, wrong coffee, and I'm like, what the fuck? Not really. That's not
Everything
really.
in my life is a lie.
No.
At Graham Howard LFC says, did you play a game you thought you'd never like, but it ended up being your fondest gaming experience?
Yes.
Yes.
Catherine.
Oh, Catherine was a great
Catherine
one.
for, the PS3.
So fucking weird.
I literally got the game because I was like, this is probably going to be one of those stupid games where, like, you accomplish things and, like, the girl gets more naked, but I want to see what it's about.
And that's why I'm buying it.
And then I became extremely into it, and by the end of the game, spoiler alert, I became a demigod who fucked a million girls. So it was the most successful game I've ever. No, but it's really fun. It's actually it feels like two games because it is like kind of like you go around and you're doing stuff for your relationship, but then it's a platformer. It's like it's the
I remember
weirdest
a
thing.
level something about climbing up like a pyramid with like.
Yeah, that's during like the dream
goats.
sequences.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's actually it's a really really fun game, especially on like the harder difficulties.
I feel like we should have a graphic that comes up when you say something like that. It's just like Japan. Like I've fucked a lot of girls. Japan. There's this indie game that I love to show people. It's called Bloody Death. It's $1 in the indie games marketplace. I think I've tried to show you before, Trisha. It's. I hope people download it now, and the person who made it is like, why are all these sales coming up? Because it's like it has QTEs, like QuickTime events, where, and the premise is it's all pre-rendered video, where a murderer, there are 4 friends, I think 4 or 5, and all the lights go out, and it's like, oh no, a murderer's in the house, and if you don't press the buttons in the right order fast enough, then they die.
Oh,
and then
God.
The story goes on.
I would hate that game.
We downloaded it one night when we were not entirely sober, and it was the greatest gaming experience of all time because one of the QuickTime events is broken. No matter how many times you can do it correctly, that person's gonna die. And also, I don't know what country the people are from, but they don't speak English natively, so the dialogue is like, they're playing video games, they're like, I love this game, and then the power goes out and the guy goes, oh no, I was leading. Like,
What?
Instead of I was winning, he says I was leading. I love it. It's like really weird English phrases. Download it, it's $1. It's
I wonder if the
totally
person
worth
in that game is supposed to die. Like that was one of my least favorite things about like certain RPGs is like there was the fight like before the final fight that you're supposed to lose, and then like something is gonna happen, and you waste all your shit on that first
On a
fight.
fight that you're supposed to lose.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they
Hate
give
that.
you a QuickTime event, and then you come back and you're like, dude, Doug is dead. What the hell? I totally nailed it. It like gives you the check mark that you got it right, and then it's like, nah, fuck Doug.
So
He's
it's
gotta
just,
go.
it's the equivalent of a really bad horror film.
It is, yeah, no, it's a bad horror film that takes about an hour to play, or maybe even less, and it's so bad, you guys. It's like done in someone's house with like poor lighting.
Well, if it's not really scary, I suggest that we play this game.
It's very funny. I enjoyed California and laughed very hard.
So do you have
I
do you have one?
suggest. Yes, mine actually is Myst. I really took it on as a challenge from someone who said, you're not a real gamer unless you can beat Myst. So of course I was like, well, screw you. Of course I can beat it. And I got it, and it drops you in the middle of nowhere, and you have no idea what you're doing. And they were like, yeah, and it doesn't count if you buy the walkthrough. And I'm like, I wasn't gonna buy the walkthrough anyway, asshole. And so it drops you in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, fuck. how long is this going to take me? And I literally stayed up for 48 hours and just beat it straight through, like no help or anything. And now it's like one of my favorite games of all time. It has like that beautiful memory for me that it was like a triumph that I stayed up and did it and showed everybody. Even though in the beginning I was like, am I really doing this?
What do you think about, oh God, I can't remember.
You didn't like it?
Hate Mist. I downloaded Ribbon, and then I was like, oh, that's right, I forgot I hated these things.
What? Did you play Ribbon too?
He just said he downloaded Ribbon.
Downloaded Ribbon, I was like, nope. Sorry.
We're
I guess I'm not a real gamer. Because
Really?
I don't like fucking point-and-click adventures.
Point-and-click adventures are amazing.
That's okay.
It's like,
Oh,
so
that's a
Mist
switch.
Mist is exactly like Leisure Suit Larry, right?
It's not exactly like Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry, you're trying to get boned, and Mist, you're trying to
boning
figure stuff
yourself.
out.
So question, do you want to find yourself or find sweet JJ?
Let us know in the comments down below.
I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna go home and play Mist again.
I just wanted to fuck with you. I actually don't care about Mist, but I don't like hate it.
But you don't hate it.
I just wanted to see you.
Oh my
I
god.
wanted to see how high we could get you.
Oh my god.
You're gonna be in your office and you're just gonna see her like behind the couch, just like boo.
Are you okay? Are you gonna cry?
She might.
I feel like I need to play through it and
It's like an
screen flow
anger
it for
cry.
you. I'm gonna play through it and screen flow it for you and send it to you.
Oh, thanks.
So that you can watch it like a movie and really enjoy it
that's gonna
without
be-
the frustration
That's
of
gonna be
having
the
to
fastest
figure
thing
it
I
out.
delete ever. Actually,
go
wait,
ahead.
go for it.
I was gonna say, are you excited about the guy who did Braid is doing a new game that's like Myst?
Shut up!
We talked about it. It came out. They showed for PS4. They showed the preview for it, and it looked very Myst-like. Are you excited about it?
I'm super excited.
That's great.
I'm super excited.
I'm super excited about the
Tell
5
me
seconds.
more,
The 5
Tony.
seconds I've known about it. I'm very excited.
Tell me more, Tony.
So actually, rather than just one single question, to the questions that we were answering, what are your answers to those? I'd actually be very interested this time, but not all the other times. 'cause
Join
fuck
Table
you.
Talk with us, please, but only today.
Yay! Don't forget to submit your topics r/SourceFed or on Reddit. That's r/SourceFed or also hashtag Table Talk. Is there a gas leak in here?
There might be. It's true. There could very possibly be. I liked it in the same Table Talk that you said, I'm a nice-ish person. You ended the question with, and fuck you.
My name's Philip DeFranco.
I'm not Cody.
Just like why we
Wait,
can't
what did
film
I
this
say?
This is late in the
You
day.
said at some point in this conversation, you were like, because I'm a nice-ish person, and then you said, answer the questions, but only today, because most of the time, fuck you. In the same Table Talk. I appreciated it.
I like to go back.
Philip DeFranco 2026. Because fuck you.
Ta-da.